The thing about Bitcoin that makes it so different is that the ledger's out there for everybody to see, and it's triple entry. I mean, it's you and me doing a transaction, but it's also published, and everybody can see it. And so, it's easier to store, it's less costly, it's easily verifiable. You can move billions of dollars in minutes as opposed to try and move $1 billion worth of gold. So in every way, shape, and form, it's superior to gold, and ultimately it will supplant gold. It'll flip gold and become digital gold. I think it'll become the new rare, as Safe has said.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Larry Lepard is an absolute treasure trove of excellent economic insights. Larry's thoughts on gold, Bitcoin, Microstrategy, and Michael Saylor's future. He also discusses how energy trends and AI are set to produce a monumental change in power dynamics globally.
To that, I mean, I've always been, willing to think outside of the box. I mean, I'm not, kind of a traditional thinker, and I don't know. I mean, I was kind of luckily situated. I mean, I got the sound money piece because of the gold background and the Austrian economics and I understood monetary debasement was a really big issue. I've understood that for 20 or 30 years. I've been advocating for sound money for 20 or 30 years, right? So that piece I always had. And I would say I went to Harvard Business School, and I would say most of my classmates there, they don't even know what the Austrian economists are. They never even consider it. I mean, they're just out there making as much fiat as they possibly can. And as far as they're concerned, the world's not broken. I mean, they're winning. I mean, they're having fun. I mean, I know people that, I think aren't that intellectually, curious or intelligent that have made oodles and, tons and tons of money just by playing the fiat game, and so I was always a little bit outside of the mainstream there. I mean, I had, before I went there, I had actually worked on Wall Street for 2 years, and that was an eye opener in terms of the ethics of kind of the stock and bond market. I mean, it was just, it's still a little bit of the Wild West. And so, I think the other piece, Tom, that helped me was I was a technology investor, and Bitcoin is really a technological innovation. And, everyone says, well, this cryptocurrency, there's all this arm waving. No. I mean, I think Saylor does a great job explaining it in some of his things, particularly the Atlas talk that he gave. I recommend people listen to. This is the invention of digital scarcity. And so you can, so digital scarcity, what do I mean? Verifiable digital scarcity never existed before. And, so just like the printing press didn't exist until they invented it, or the airplane, or electricity, or fire, or the wheel, I mean, whatever you want to call it, this is something new. And so, verifiable digital scarcity is going to change. Distributed verifiable digital scarcity is going to change the world as far as I'm concerned. And so, and I was used to looking at how the world would change. I mean, that was kind of what I was trained in, right? When I was trying to find investments, I'm like, okay, well, this microprocessor thing, well, I heard about Moore's Law. I read about Moore's Law. I thought, gee, that's powerful. You mean to tell me these things get better every 2 years? They double their capacity? Oh, my God, that's going to change the world.
Bitcoin kept bulls frustrated over the weekend as an ongoing come-down from last week's tap of $73,500 liquidated longs. Data confirms a weekend wick below $67,500, with BTC managing only a modest rebound before running out of momentum. Now, with the U.S. presidential election due, volatility is all but guaranteed. Currently, there's two clear areas of market liquidity and order book depth. Popular trader Skew wrote in part of his latest analysis on X, $67,000, $65,000. Bid liquidity and bid depth $73,000 plus. Ask liquidity and ask depth. Stu predicted that rapid moves between the past week's low and high could come at short notice. In coming days, it will be very important how this market trades, especially around areas of market liquidity, he concluded. Quite easy to influence price and volatility between $66,000 and $73,000, given the wide order book. Others looked at what could come next, with popular trader and analyst Credible Crypto, suggesting that another tap of all-time highs could precede a deeper BTC price correction. Lower time frames looking very constructive here. $BTC looks to be forming a bottom here for that push to ATH, he told ex-followers. Data from monitoring resource CoinGlass shows increasing order book bid liquidity stacking above $67,000 into the new week. Familiar resistance levels in play since 2021, headlined by $69,000, thus remain in play.
So they're both, what they both represent in my mind are neutral reserve assets that solve Triffin's dilemma. And Triffin's dilemma is the issue that, the U.S. has the reserve currency and therefore we had to print it and grow it or else the world runs out of money. And so what they made a mistake at Bretton Woods. They should have picked the neutral reserve asset, which would have been gold. And gold is basically the old neutral reserve asset. It's analog sound money. Bitcoin is digital sound money. It's superior to it in every fashion because, and by the way, the reason the gold standard failed for two reasons. One, politics and the law. We went off it. We're not even on it anymore. So, but two, they also created a ton of paper gold and they were really good at doing that. And that's hours long discussion unto itself. But, what Bitcoin offers is, and gold is heavy. It's hard to verify. There've been tungsten, bars plated with gold. I mean, it's got all these problems, so to speak. I mean, nobody really knows who owns what. It's tough to verify. We haven't audited Fort Knox since the 50s. I mean, there's amongst conspiracy folks, and I'm sympathetic to it. There's some question as to whether we really have the gold we say we have. And so it's a problem. And, because it's hard to know who has what, you're kind of dealing with a ledger that you're not sure is honest. The thing about Bitcoin that makes it so different is that the ledger's out there for everybody to see, and it's triple entry. I mean, it's you and me doing a transaction, but it's also published, and everybody can see it. And so, it's easier to store. It's less costly. It's easily verifiable. You can move billions of dollars in minutes as opposed to try and move $1 billion worth of gold. So in every way, shape, and form, it's superior to gold, and ultimately it will supplant gold. It'll flip gold and become digital gold. I think it'll become the new Marere, as Safe has said. And so, now this is not overnight, right? This is over decades. But we're on our way, and so they're really the same thing in the sense that they both are neutral reserve assets. And they both are neutral reserve currencies in the store of value sense. Neither one is really relevant today in the means of exchange sense. I mean, who pays for something with gold? Who walks in with a gold coin and says, settle my debt here? I mean, this just doesn't happen. That hasn't happened since 1920.
The 2024 U.S. presidential election is here, and regardless of the result, crypto and risk asset traders expect fireworks. Market volatility is expected to reign supreme in the coming days, with moves both up and down on the cards. As Bitcoin gave hodlers a taste of what might be to come over the weekend, Skew said that the environment was reminiscent of the build-up to key macro events in the past. Positioning decay well underway here and temporary hedges scaling into the U.S. election, he told ex-followers while analyzing perpetual swaps. Underweight positioning and overhedged market is something to look out for in terms of the next predatory move. Market seeks out liquidity into big events. In another post, Skew acknowledged that Bitcoin markets looked more healthy than last week during the trip to near all-time highs. Likely to be a taker-dominated market till post-U.S. election results, he continued. Slight improvement in market, quoting ahead of early week trading, would need to see sustained spot premiums and spot bid to maintain price. Trading firm QCP Capital, meanwhile, had bad news for short-term BTC speculators. In its latest bulletin to Telegram channel subscribers, it predicted a sell-off after the November 5 election. While Trump has been favored as the next POTUS, bets on Trump have come off significantly from a 66% high on Polymarket to 57% for Trump and 43% for Harris. It noted about election odds over the weekend. Regardless of the outcome, we believe the elections will be another sell the news action, replicating the National Bitcoin Conference. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.